Hi everyone, it's Donna from Spaceman Paper Crafts, and I'm back with another tutorial today for you. If you can hear a little buzzing in the background there, that is my fan. It's really warm in the craft room today, so yeah, you'll hear that throughout the video. So I've come on to show you a card that I've been wanting to do for ages, and I've tried to do it and get my own measurements, but it never seems to work out right. So yeah, so I had a look on Pinterest, had a look on YouTube at different tutorials, and this was what I ultimately came up with. So this is not going to spring out like it should do, because the elastic band in it is really long and there isn't enough sort of tautness on the band, but it is a pop out cube, and this is a prototype that I made for my dad. I'm going to make a better one. That's me when I was little and my dad, and then that's me on my wedding day with my dad. So yeah, as you can see, it sort of works by an elastic band, but it's not very tight, like it's not taut enough for it to have a really good pop. So I've got some different elastic bands, so I'm going to try it with those. Okay, so first thing you're going to need, we're going to make the cube first. Okay, so you need a piece of cardstock that measures 10.5 by 5 inches, and then you're going to need your scoreboard. Make sure I get you all in there. Okay, so you're going to score this in a few places. So you're going to score it on the long side at 2.5, at 5, at 7.5, and at 10. Okay, then you're going to rotate it on the short side, and you're going to score at 1.25 all the way down, and you're going to score at 3.75. Okay, so while you've got your scoreboard out, you want to pop this back in, and we're going to make some little notches, because as you can see, we've got 4 big squares here, and then you've got 4 rectangles that side and 4 big rectangles that way. These 2 pieces we're going to cut off, we'll come to that in a minute. So we're just going to find the centre of these rectangles, and then we're going to score with our ruler. So we're going to make some indents. Now the first one is just a little mark, basically. You're just going to make a little dot with your, you can either do it with a pen, or I'm just going to do it with my stylus because I've got it here. So you're going to make one at 1.25, 3.75, 6.25, and 8.75. Okay, so you can see those little indents there. Okay, and now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So you're going to indent at 1.25, 3.75, 6.25, and 8.75. Okay, so you can put your scoreboard away for a little while, and then you need to bring your ruler. I'm just using my Tim Holtz ruler with the metal edge, and all we're going to do is, try and bring it up and show you. From this point here, we're going to make a score line to there and a score line to there. So in effect, we're creating a triangle in each of these rectangles. So you're going to go from there to there. Okay, and we're going to do that on both sides. So I'll do that with you. So if you've got a diagonal scoreboard, this would be great. If you haven't, you know, just use your ruler and your stylus. So you just need to make your score mark there, and then there. And I'll bring that up and show you. So you've now put a triangle in that top rectangle. So you're going to do that with all the others. Okay, so we've got our triangles on both sides. Now the simplest way to do this is to do the edges first. So on the thin score line there, you're going to have that on your right hand side, okay? And then we're just going to get our scissors and we're going to snip the two end rectangles off. Like that. Get rid of those. And then we're just going to slightly notch in on this panel. Okay. So the next bit I found was really difficult, so I found a simpler way to do it. We're going to number each of these triangles, the smaller ones, okay? So these little ones here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So get yourself a pencil or a pen. No one's going to see this because we're going to be cutting away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go at the bottom 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Okay, so this is the best way that I found to be able to explain how to cut these pieces out. So once you've got them all numbered like this, then we're going to cut away some pieces. Okay, so let me get my scissors again. So we're going to cut away number 1, number 2. I'm going to cut that right away there. Okay, so that leaves us with this sort of shape. Then we're going to cut away number 4 and number 5, so you can cut those in one go really. Okay, then we're going to cut away number 6, and number 8. Okay, so that's what you're left with. Are you going to do exactly the same thing on the opposite side? But I'm going to call out the numbers again to make it a little bit easier. So once you've cut away number 8, you need to cut away number 9. Number 10. So we're just repeating what's been done on the other end. Then number 12. And number 13, so that can come out in one big wedge. Then we're going to cut away number 14. And number 16. Okay, so let's remove all my rubbish bits out of the way. Excuse my squeaky chair, guys. So that's what you're left with. Okay, that's the easiest way I can do it is for you guys is to number the corners, the little triangles. Okay, so now we're going to do some folding and burnishing. Okay, so that's our cube, and what's going to happen is it's going to fold in and come together like so. Okay, but before we do that, we need to work on the mechanism. So we need to get 2 pieces of cardstock, Okay, and these need to be 2 by 1 1/4. So let me just bring my little trimmer in. So let's do this piece at 1 1/4, and then do 2 pieces at 2. I thought it was all prepped, but I forgot about these little bits. Okay, so that's those. So I'm just going to bring my little score pudding, so we only need to do a little bit of scoring on this one. So we just need to score at 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, and 1 1/2 on both pieces. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1 1/2. Okay. So we need to turn this into this sort of a shape. Okay. So you need your little, like a W fold. Okay, and from that, if you fold it in half, and within this section here, we're going to make like a something that looks like a H. So we're just going to, if I bring that up and show you where I'm cutting, I'm just going to notch in there and there, and then I'm going to cut this piece out, and I'm going to do the same on this side, and this is what's going to hold our elastic band mechanism on the inside. So it's going to stick inside our box like this, and the elastic band is going to wrap around there. Okay, I'll show you again on this one. So you need to make your W shape, oops, like so. Make sure it's in half, and you're just going to cut up 2 little wedges and cut that out so it almost looks like a H. Okay, get my little bits out of the way. Okay, and then these bits are going to be stuck inside our box, either side of the first and the last score line, like so. Okay, so you can use whatever glue you want. I'm just going to use some score tape. And this is going to stick either side of that score line. So this one and this one. These 2 score lines. Okay, so I'll pop one down and show you what I mean. So I'm going to lay this over the score line and try and eyeball centre if you can. So I'll show you that there. That's stuck there. And then this one sticks on the other side of the score, and then this should be strong enough to hold your elastic band. Okay, so that's one side, and then we'll do the other. So on one side of the score, and then the second piece sticks on the other side of the score. Let's get these bits out of the way. Okay, so this is going to be the inside workings of your cube. Okay, so on these tabs, these small little ones, so there's still, these little tabs are still numbered. So it's 11 and 15 and 3 and 7. This is where you need to put some adhesive. So I'm going to do this side first, and I'm going to stick those down. I'm going to take the tape off there. What we need to do is fold this piece round and then stick it down. And then again on the opposite side. Fold this round and stick it down. Now at this point we need to loop our elastic band onto here. Okay, now this can get really fiddly and it doesn't often go first time, so let's give this a go. That's it. So if you make sure that that's tucked on, then we need to try and keep it open for now. Then it is a bit tricky, but we're just going to fold one side up. I mean, you can try and stick this on after you've put the sides on, but I've tried that and it is a bit of a pain really to do. So that's that side. And then over here, this is where you need about 3 hands really. But it's well worth it because the effect is amazing. And then that needs to be there. And then we just need to stick the last piece. So I'm just going to get some score tape on there. Okay, press that firmly on, peel the backer off and just line that up and tuck that in. And there is your cube. Okay, so then the cube folds, oops, like so. So everything folds inwards. So if I try this in the box now, this should be better. Yeah, springs out much better. Okay, now we're going to make the box and the pull flap that holds it all together. You need 2 pieces. So this is for the outer box and this is for the pull tab. So for the outer box you need a piece that is 7.5 by 5.25, and you need to score this on the long side at 3, 3.5, 6.5 and 7. And then while we're here we'll score the slider piece. Now this piece that you need for the slider is 8.25 by 2 7/8. Okay, so we're going to put this in at the long side and we're going to score this at 1 3/4 and at 2.5. Okay, so that's all the scoring for this project done. So your box, there's no cutting. You just fold along all the score lines. One's on this side. And then I'm just going to get my score tape again. Now this box design I did get from a tutorial online. if I remember who it was, I will link it in the description bar below. But I looked at so many, I should have been making notes really, because I don't like not giving people credit. So I will try and find the video that I watched that gave me the box idea. So you tear your strip off and then fold it over and press it down, and then you've got your outer box. Okay, so then your pull tab, you just fold these there. Actually, yeah, that should be right. I think I might have scored this in the wrong place. I think it should be at 2 1/4, I think. Let me just do it again. Just check, guys. I think it's 2 1/4. So let's do that. I think that's better. I think that fits in. Yeah, that fits in the box better. So it's, sorry guys, it's 2 1/4, not 2 1/2. Okay, now for the decoration portion. I'm making this one for my son to give his dad for Father's Day. So I've got my little photographs of my son and his dad that I want to use, and I've got the mats for the box. So we'll do the mats for these first. Okay, so for the insert, the pull bit, you need a piece that is 5 3/4 by 2 5/8. So I'm just going to stick that on. And then for the mat on the outer box, you need a piece that's 2 3/4 by 5. So that's our pull tab and our box done. So now the cube. Each mat, if you're doing 2 layers like me, the first layer is going to be 2 1/4 all the way, and then the next layer will be 2 by 2. Okay, so I'm going to do all the outer bits first. Okay, so there is my cube all decorated. So I'm going to just pop it in the box and give it a go, and I'm hoping that it will be better than the original. So here goes. That is so cool. I really hope you give this a go, guys. It's a little bit time consuming, but you know what, it's so worth it. The effects that you get are fantastic. And obviously you don't have to use these for Father's Day. You could, wouldn't it be great if you did like a baby shower or a birth announcement or birthday, even a get well. Somebody feeling not too great and opens this would be nice. Little get well card. I'm going to embellish the box a little bit more and do a bit more to it, but yeah. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you give this a go. Don't forget that I do have a Facebook group called Little Spaceman Show and Tell. I'll leave the link for that in the description bar below if you fancy popping on and sharing some of your projects with us. And yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for watching, and take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.